What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, could we possibly see legendary, retired, iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer, the man known as Money, formerly known as Pretty Boy Floyd, retired 50-0, 50 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout. He is a 5-division world champion, beat more world champions than anybody in the sport of boxing. Floyd Mayweather Jr. himself, possibly commentating, as you see him here, commentating fights now. Can we see Floyd Mayweather possibly commentate arguably the biggest fight that's made this year between his former fighter? One guy he looks up, he has plenty of love for, and that's Javonte Tank Davis, superstar boxer, right? Can we see Floyd Mayweather commentating Javonte Tank Davis's fight with Ryan Garcia, which is a highly anticipated pay-per-view, April 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena showdown. Now we know Floyd Mayweather, he has a rivalry with Ryan Garcia's promoter, and that's 6th division world champion, Olympic gold medalist, former pound-for-pound king, former pay-per-view king, Oscar the Golden Boy De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions, right? They promote Ryan Garcia, undefeated, lightweight, Mexican superstar, title contender, who has a record of 23 wins, no losses, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. Now, Javonte Tank Davis, he's no longer signed to Mayweather Promotions. Javonte Tank Davis is now with, Gervonta Tank Davis's promotions, okay? He's no longer signed with Mayweather Promotions, right? He has his own Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions, GTD Promotions. He's partnered with Showtime President Sports Steven Espinosa, and he's been on his own for one fight. This is the second fight, but we know that Mayweather Promotions has played a big part in, according to the reports, they have played a big part in negotiating this fight for Ryan Garcia, right? Javonte Tank Davis is a 3-division world champion, simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight and junior welterweight, all at one point in time, with a record of 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 26 big wins by way of knockout. He's 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. This is the biggest fight of his career. And we see Floyd Mayweather getting practice. Now, Floyd Mayweather has a lot of knowledge within the sport of boxing that he definitely could pass down. But it would be very, very interesting to see Floyd Mayweather commentate the fight. Now, can Floyd Mayweather actually commentate this fight from an unbiased place? Now, imagine if we had Floyd Mayweather commentating this fight along with Oscar De La Hoya. Imagine the excitement that would bring to the fans in the sport of boxing. Imagine Floyd Mayweather commentating the fight and Oscar De La Hoya commentating the fight. Now, I know their emotions going to be running high actually watching the fight to see who wins and want to pay attention to if their fighter is actually winning. They want to be, indulged in the moment and watching the fight in itself and see how the fight plays out and unfolds. But just imagine you had Ryan Garcia versus Javonte Tank Davis is seen as Floyd Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya 2.0. Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather, they fought May of 2007. At that time, they broke all the records. It was the biggest fight in boxing history at that time when they faced off against each other. They did the biggest numbers in boxing history, the biggest pay-per-view numbers, okay? They did the biggest revenue gross at that point in time. And they're big rivals, right? And so with that said, imagine you have Floyd Mayweather, his knowledge of the sport of boxing, commentating the fight, and Oscar De La Hoya, his knowledge of the sport of boxing, commentating the fight, and their rivalry, watching this fight, right? And you saying who won the round. Imagine Floyd Mayweather breaking down who he thought won the last round, right? Imagine Oscar De La Hoya breaking down saying who he thought won the last round, right? Whose honest opinion would you get the most? Who would be most honest in that situation? Would it be Floyd Mayweather? Could he, if Ryan Garcia clearly won the round against Javonte Tank Davis, could Floyd Mayweather actually say, I'm giving that round clearly to Ryan Garcia, right? What if Ryan Garcia won consecutive rounds? How would Floyd Mayweather fare? How would he deal with that, right? What if Javonte Tank Davis wins some explosive rounds against Ryan Garcia? What is Oscar De La Hoya viewpoint, right? When you ask at that point in time, and you go back to the unofficial score, and then you go back to Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather, and you say, Ryan is struggling to do X, Y, and Z. Floyd Mayweather, what you think Ryan Garcia should do? What adjustments should Ryan Garcia make, right? What do you see from Ryan Garcia? Or vice versa. Oscar De La Hoya, Gervonta Tank Davis is struggling. What do you see from Gervonta Tank Davis? What do you think he needs to make adjustments? Could they be honest at that point in time? The entertainment factor that would bring to this fight, the intrigue that would bring to this fight would be enormous, right? I know many people would say, hey, man, Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, they had their time. But I'm a huge component for incorporating the past with the present, especially when you're dealing with sports. They do this all the time in the NBA and the NFL. When you look at the commentators in the NFL and the NBA, they're retired former players and former coaches and, so on and so forth, right? It would be enormous, right? You see, former coaches that just recently got fired. The situation with Mark Jackson and the Golden State Warriors when he had to, commentate on the Golden State Warriors heading to the finals after he built that team up, right? It was intriguing, right? So imagine how that would be fared with Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia and Floyd Mayweather's commentating the fight and giving his honest assessment, and Oscar De La Hoya's commentating the fight and giving his honest assessment on what's taking place. Because, to be honest, let's be real. How many boxing minds are sharper than Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather? Now, again, the honesty factor as who's going to be honest, the most honest in this situation would be interesting. That would be a challenge. But, for the most part, imagine, how that would fare, how much intrigue, that would be exciting for the fans, because the commentating for a lot of fights, the fans don't be happy. The fans are not always happy with, the commentation from, the certain commentators, and they feel like one is being biased. They're already being biased. Many fans feel like the commentators are being biased and leaning towards one side already. So imagine, you factor in Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya, the entertainment factor that brings to the sport of boxing into this fight alone, right? Man, that would be enormous. That would be huge, right? That would be a sight, and that would be epic. It would be absolutely epic for the sport of boxing, So just to see Floyd Mayweather commentating fights right now, in my opinion, my knowledge, this is the first time I've seen Floyd Mayweather actually commentating fights. He's always the fighter. I've never seen him truly commentating fights. But this is the first time, and, maybe it's a look into what's to come, right? But I would love it. I would love to hear live Floyd Mayweather's opinion as to what's actually taking place, unfolding in the ring, and Oscar De La Hoya live, and telling us what he thinks is actually unfolding in the ring in a fight of this magnitude, and an entertaining fight of this magnitude. That would be absolutely special. It would be epic. I would definitely welcome it, right? I think that incorporating Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya more often, more so, a lot into this fight, I think it only benefits the fight. So, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon.